Let me ask you, because you said you were surprised hearing people talk like that because you didn't know any other way. But weren't you training with Team Quest before that? Weren't you with Randy and them? Like, did they ever say, Chris, you coming in smelling like booze? Like, what's going on here? Or is it just because you were having success, you were doing great with the way you were behaving?
All the time, they Robert Frost and stuff. They would say, "Hey, man, you're an athlete now, blah blah blah." But I kind of looked at it, I'm 21 years old. You know what I mean? I'm like, Robert, you were probably doing the same thing when you were 21. I'm imagining, they were older. They were a decade older than me.
Yeah.
Randy was, one generation before me. So, and again, I only saw them at training. I saw them every day, but it was training time. And I always got in the gym and I always got to work. Regardless of if I smelled like booze or not.
Yeah.
So they gave me shit, but it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot. But maybe a little more after the show.
Well,
sure.
Well, I guess they seen a lot more. Like you said, they seen you in the gym and you're performing.
Right.
They see
weren't out with me on Saturday night.
Yes, and basically that show is kind of like hanging out with you on a Saturday night. So they seen that, and then they had to talk with you. During time in the house, that was a new concept. You guys weren't. Did you guys even know you were going to fight on the show, or when they presented it to you? Was it okay? This is exactly what it's going to be. There's going to be events. There's going to be contests, and then they're going to fight. Or did you know you were going to fight when you got on that show?
At first, the plan wasn't we weren't going to fight. We were going to do these stupid competitions. We had like an obstacle course where we had to saw a log in half and do a bunch of stupid stuff,
Yeah.
And then I think it was about episode 4. Dana came out and said, "Hey, you guys are going to fight each other. So whoever loses the competition or whoever wins gets to pick who they're going to fight." So it was something like that. And I think I was one of the only guys that was actually really excited.
Yeah.
I was like, well, fucking hey, that's what I came here to do. I didn't come here to cut logs in half, So I was really excited about it. There was some pushback from some of the other guys.
Now, this show, for people that don't know, because the UFC is so mainstream now, it wasn't back then. I was already in the UFC back then, and it literally felt like at any day it was going to be over. And I'd be telling my kids, I used to do this thing. They fought in a cage. I thought it was, I wasn't being negative. I was just like, man, the fact that they keep me at the same pay for this, for this fight, that fight. Hey, and I knew they were in the hole. So it's like, and I just love to fight. I got into it before there was money into it. You know what I mean?
Right,
so, what ended up having, what happened, how this sport blew up for the people that don't know, it's from the Ultimate Fighter. It was the Trojan horse that got it into people's into people's homes on their television sets, and then people ended up getting to know the fighters like yourself, and then that's the late great Stephan Bonner and Forrest Griffin. Their fight, people tuned in. Next thing you know, this sport's got legs. You know what I mean? And it's getting off. And now look where we're at. Did you have any pressure? Did you realize that being on this show was a big push to try to get it to mainstream? And was there pressure on you for that?
No, no. There was, we honestly didn't know if it was going to actually air or not when we started filming. And I don't think the UFC did either. They weren't sure they were going to be able to sell the whole thing. They were just rolling the dice with filming it,
Yeah.
And I think Dana will even say, like, we almost ran out their budget just in the food we were eating. They scraping together. They pulled everything. It was really kind of a last ditch, like this has got to work type deal, and of course it works amazing. It ended up being, far more than anybody could have expected or hoped for.
Now, again, knowing your past, the way you grew up, you get off the show. When did you realize afterwards that the shit's blowing up?
I remember talking to Dana and being like, yeah, man, maybe somebody in Portland will buy me a beer.
Dude, you exceeded your...
bringing that up to me.
Dude,
because I mean, literally, the show aired, and I couldn't walk through the mall anymore.
That's what I'm talking about.
It was overnight. All of a sudden, everybody knew who I was.
It's funny, and I remember that because I was already in the UFC, and I'm not saying it's a jealousy thing, but it's more like who the fuck are these guys? What the? We've been here. They're running right past me to go to you and Josh Koscheck. I go, this is some bullshit. I go, come on. So then when they got season 4, the comeback, I go, I'm in. Fucking, I saw how popular you guys got.